Good morning, children. Our today's topic is how many pigments are involved in photosynthesis. So we know that the main pigment involved in photosynthesis is chlorophyll, and which is present in the mesophyll cells and in the chloroplast of the leaf. So that not only the chlorophyll but various other pigments are also present in the leaf. These are chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll and carotenoids. So there is a technique that is called as chromatographic separation by paper chromatography. By this method, these leaf pigments can be separated out. How can they be separated out? Actually, it is a practical in your class also, that we are to take some leaves and then we are to crush them. We are to make the extract of the leaves, and after that there is a paper which is called as chromatographic paper. Once the extract of this leaves are to be spotted over the paper, and then that paper is dipped into the organic solvents in the test tube, so these pigments can be separated by this method. Okay, now on the chromatographic paper these pigments can be seen in various colors, like chlorophyll A will appear in bright and blue green color, chlorophyll B will appear as yellow color, xanthophyll will appear as yellow color, and carotenoids, this is yellow green, chlorophyll B and xanthophyll only yellow, and carotenoids yellow to yellow orange. So that way on the chromatographic paper these four type of pigments can be seen separately by this method, that is paper chromatography. Now this paragraph is about that these pigments actually absorbs the different wavelengths of light. How can different wavelengths of light can be separated? Because the visible light wavelength is 390 nm to 763 nm, and once this visible light is scattered through the prism into the waveguide, so that the different wavelengths can be separated, and then we can see the absorption of these wavelength by various pigments. So here they have shown one graph in which three pigments are being taken: chlorophyll A, B and carotenoids. So this color is there for chlorophyll A and this is for B, and this yellow is there for carotenoids. Here they have written the different wavelengths in the last graph, but it is common for all the graphs. So here also we can write different wavelengths 400 to 700. So we can see that this chlorophyll A is approximately absorbing the 430 wavelength maximum, and this 430 wavelength is of blue light. That means chlorophyll A absorbs the blue light to maximum. Here also you can see this chlorophyll A is absorbing approximately 662 wavelength, and this 662 wavelength is of red light. So also we can say the red light is also maximum absorbed by chlorophyll A. So these two light are maximum absorbed, that is at 430 nm wavelength and 662 nm wavelength, that is light of blue and red color. Now here this graph is actually showing that in which wavelength the rate of photosynthesis is maximum. How can it be seen? By measuring the amount of oxygen released. So if the amount of oxygen released is more, that means the rate of photosynthesis is also more. So it was observed that rate of oxygen released more in blue light and also in red light. These two peaks are there in blue and red zone of visible light, that is 430 nm and 460 nm. These are the zones of blue and red light where do the maximum release of oxygen is there, that means the rate of photosynthesis is maximum. This third graph is again showing the wavelength of light in nanometers and the rate of photosynthesis. So you can see the absorption of light is maximum in this zone and rate of photosynthesis is also maximum. Again I can repeat that this is 430 nm zone where the blue light is there, and here also you can see the rate of photosynthesis is maximum in this zone, which is the red light zone of 462 nm. So these three graphs can be seen like this. Now here This is what it is written, which I have discussed you. Now we are here coming what I have discussed, that blue and red light zones lights are maximum absorbed, so that here the rate of photosynthesis is maximum. Hence we can conclude that chlorophyll A is the chief pigment associated with the photosynthesis. Okay, and now here again they are talking about those graphs which we have already discussed. So the chlorophyll A absorbs the light maximum, but other pigments also absorbs the light. The red zone is maximum absorbed by chlorophyll A, but blue light is again absorbed by some other pigments, xanthophyll and carotenoids also. Okay, here in the end what are they saying, that photosynthesis protect the chlorophyll A from photo oxidation, as they not only enable a wider range of wavelength incoming light to be utilized. Is that clear? This topic will come later on here in this topic. So here we are to see that the pigment which absorbs the maximum light is the chlorophyll A, and the zone which is the wavelength which is maximum absorbed is blue and red region, and out of that red is the maximum effective light for the photosynthesis. Thank you.